Threats.
Oi!
Get taxed!
Anger.
Hey.
Call the policeman. Call the policeman!
Desperation.
I've lost everything. I've no house, I've no nothing.
What happens when debt
We're going to come in one way or the other.
tracks you down?
It's obstruction of an enforcement agent.
Up and down the UK,
Can you come to the door, please?
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents. Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
All I did was look after Dad.
Because if you can't pay,
I haven't got a penny to my name.
they'll take it away. Recent research shows that low wages, coupled with rising prices, could leave more families struggling with debt this year than at any other point over the last decade. With households now borrowing more and saving less, debt levels are reaching new highs. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Rosendale, Lancashire, with a writ to recover more than £4,500 owed to a shipping company by car parts dealer Scott Greenwood.
How much are we going to collect?
£4,651.
Let's go have a look, Vic.
If Scott can't or won't pay today, the agents can seize goods, including vehicles, to cover the debt.
Hiya, my name is Mr. Victor, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're after Mr. Scott Greenwood.
I'm sorry, he doesn't live here.
He doesn't live here? Are you related to him?
I'm his ex-wife, yeah. Come in, please.
Right, we've got it down that he does live here, so have you got any documentation to prove otherwise?
No, because he's not been living here that long.
It says rented accommodation.
Yeah.
Have you got a rental agreement?
I have somewhere, yeah, but I'm not sure where.
Are we able to get contact just so we can give them a quick call?
Yeah, very
Brilliant.
good.
No problem at all.
While the woman, Kelly, goes to call Scott, the agents take a look around the property.
Let's see all that there.
Yeah.
As well as several packages that could be connected to Scott's car parts business, there's a work van parked on the street. Stuart takes a closer look.
Oh. Jet wash, air compressor, car parts.
But then Vic spots something on the dashboard.
Stuart,
Yeah.
Scott, a receipt with his name on it. So that's his.
Brilliant.
The car parts and the receipt indicate that Scott owns the van. With evidence mounting that he does in fact live here, Stuart talks to Kelly again.
So who is it that owns the van?
The van belongs to a lad called Cody.
Right, okay. Because there's receipts in there with Scott's name on.
Scott's name on it.
Right, yeah, because he has been using it, that's why.
Yeah,
it's
right,
just
right.
moved.
Right. Does he live here or doesn't he live here, honestly?
He doesn't live here, no.
Despite her claims, Kelly hasn't provided any proof that Scott has moved out. The van won't cover the £4,500 debt, but as the agents have a duty to try and enforce the writ, they turn their attention to the Fiat on the driveway.
This vehicle will go unless payment is made.
You can't remove my car, that's mine.
Oh, we need to see documentation for
Have you
it.
got proof that it's yours?
No, because the logbook hasn't come back for it yet, but my insurance is on that car.
But you must have a receipt for it.
A receipt for buying it, yeah.
Yeah. Are we able to see that,
Bear with
please?
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
While they wait for Kelly to fetch documentation, Stuart phones the office to see if the vehicles are free of finance.
Someone do HPI for me, please. It's a Fiat. Yeah. It's free, Vic. I've also got a Transit as well. Okay, brilliant.
The vehicles could both be seized and would cover almost half the debt. But Kelly has found a receipt.
Right, this car's not sold to you though, is it?
Yeah, it's mine.
It's not in your name, it's sold to Greenwood Car
Yeah,
Space.
it's mine. Right, well, let me have this back.
Yeah, I need to take a photo of that.
The sales receipt shows the car was sold to Scott's business. The agents now have all the evidence they need to seize both the van and the car. But Kelly isn't backing down.
You can't take that car because you can't prove that it's not mine.
Well, we can take it. It's not for us to prove anything.
You can't
You've
take
got
that,
7
that's
days.
mine.
It's not in your name.
What do you actually know?
Well,
You absolutely know nothing.
Despite Kelly's protests, Stuart goes to clamp the Fiat.
You, my friend, are being seized.
What's that funny little thing you put on? I'll get me saw out and cut that off if you don't get it off my car.
Yeah, you'll be arrested in criminal damage.
Be arrested?
Criminal damage.
Well, you shouldn't be on my property. You've no right.
I've got the right to be here.
Yeah, I've just told you he's not here.
Yeah?
He doesn't live here, so why are you
You
still
haven't
here?
proved me anything because you can't prove it. That's why.
The agents have now been at the house for 20 minutes. There's still no sign of Scott. But then Kelly comes to the door again.
Just don't know what to do.
Right.
I'm really not well myself.
I appreciate
What
that.
you want me to do? He's
Well,
on his way.
He's on his way. Well, when he comes here, we'll have a chat. It's not.
I
It's not.
expect this to happen. We have to shut the business because it's not.
It's not
we
for
tried
us.
to sell some plants to get some money in for Christmas for the kids. You
Yeah.
know, with 2 kids. We split up because of it all, because of the stress of everything. He's temporarily living at his mum's. We are married,
Yeah.
but we've had to split because times haven't been really kind to us at the moment, that's all.
It's funny how some debtors go through different emotional stages. They might be angry when you get there. They might shout at you or threaten you with violence. Then they'll turn on the tears and hope that you feel sorry for them. They'll tell you they're vulnerable. They won't open the door. People go through so many different emotions to try and stop us doing our duty.
20 minutes later, Scott finally arrives at the house.
Do you know what it's about, mate?
Well, probably, yeah, but
The outstanding balance, as you stand now, is £4,651. If we don't collect the outstanding balance in full today, we will remove goods, including the vehicles
I'm
outside.
not just take all my stock. I've got about 100 grams worth of stock. Take the fucking lot, I don't care.
So if you've got 100 grams worth of stock, surely you can afford 4,500 or whatever that outstanding balance is.
anything, yeah.
But you got 100 grams worth of stock.
Yeah. When the business was running and flowing, and then that's what we left over with. That's all we got left over when we shut the business down, because we slowed down. We had no money, so with the business shut down.
It seems that Scott's business has fallen on hard times. But the agents need to get this case resolved.
This is the end of the line. These guys want their money. We are here today to resolve this matter, and it's going to go one of two ways. It's payment in full, or we'll have to take control of goods.
Can you just come back outside? Just give me 10 minutes. Let me make another phone call.
If you need to make a phone call,
Yeah, I want you to
you
leave
can make a,
property
but we won't be
now.
leaving the property. We won't be leaving the property. No, we'll be leaving it.
You either leave the property or I'm going to take your fucking head off.
The family has reached crisis point. With tempers rising, Stuart and Vic will have to get this volatile situation under control before it turns ugly. High Court enforcement agents Elmore Victor and Stuart McCracken were in Rosendale, Lancashire, collecting a debt of £4,500 owed to a shipping company by Scott Greenwood.
Hiya, morning.
First, they were told Scott didn't live there anymore,
Are you related to him?
I'm his ex-wife, yeah.
but the vehicles parked outside appeared to belong to him.
There's receipts in there with Scott's name on.
Scott's name on it.
And when Scott arrived at the house, tempers began to fray.
You either leave the property or I'm going to take your fucking head off.
Stuart and Vic immediately tried to calm things down.
We'll stand by the door and we'll close
Stand by
that.
the door, that's all she asked me to.
No, no, we understand.
We're not here to cause you aggro. We're here to resolve it.
Yeah.
But as the agents step aside to give Kelly time to raise some funds, Stuart spots a key for the Fiat by the front door.
Why are you taking the key off for?
Because we have to go and look at the vehicle to inspect it.
I'm not giving you permission to
Well,
take the key.
it's been seized.
It's all about finding a trigger point with the defendant. It could be various goods, it could be one particular item that they don't want us to take, and it makes people change their minds and actually take it seriously when we've taken control of something that they don't want to lose.
After talking to his family on the phone, Scott has some promising news.
My brother's going to see if he can lend me £1,000.
Yeah.
Just to pay for the job, I've got 700 quid. And my mum could lend me 300 quid, so that's £2,000.
It won't clear the balance.
But Scott's offer of £2,000 isn't enough. The debt is over £4,600. The agents keep the pressure on.
The vehicle's still going to get taken.
We try not to remove, but
Yeah, I
if
know
that's the
what you're
last result, then we'll have to do it.
What about if I can get another £1,000 together? If I can give you 3?
The more you can raise, the better.
We will pay. We're ringing people that we wouldn't even normally ask. I'm ringing my landlady, I'm ringing everybody. You can see what sort of family we are. This is complete utter accidents.
Yeah.
We've never had anything like this before. We've never been involved with anything. We just don't even know what to do. You know, Christmas in this house isn't even happening this year because we've just...
Yeah.
I would tell 2 children that they're getting no Christmas presents because everything's gone wrong.
The agents give Kelly some more time to try and raise another £1,000.
Let's give it to Grandad for you.
If she's unsuccessful, she stands to lose what little she has.
It's heartbreaking in a way that other family members are dragged into a situation, but that's what debt does. Debt follows you around, it drags family members in. They have to get involved to try and resolve the situation.
Half an hour later, Kelly's granddad and another family member arrive at the house.
Hello there, sir. You alright?
Yeah. I've had a word with your grandma. She can find us evidence. But I'll have to go and pick her up and fetch her back with.
We can take payments over the phone if that's easier.
Can you?
With the help of Kelly's granddad, the couple can pay £3,000 today, with a promise to pay the balance, which has now increased with fees, in a week's time. But the vehicles will be held as collateral under what's known as a controlled goods agreement if Scott and Kelly don't pay. Stuart phones the office to see if the offer is acceptable to the claimant.
If we said £3,000 today, and then a controlled goods agreement for the car and the van, so it's £2,500 next week. £3,000 today, £2,500 next week.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Thank you, bye-bye.
The claimant has accepted the offer.
The car stays here. So the car will be on a controlled goods agreement, so you can still use it.
So you'll take £3,000 today?
Today, balance in 7 days.
Scott will take 3 today and leave the car.
The car will stay here.
So that has gone through.
Yeah, okay,
With the help of Scott and Kelly's families, the case is resolved for now.
Stick kettle on. Stick kettle on. Have a brew.
Thanks, Grandad.
Don't stop communicating with us, all right? Because we'll come back and we'll roof those vehicles.
Are we all done?
Yeah, we're all done.
Right, guys, we'll leave you to it. See you later.
But if Scott doesn't pay £2,500 in 7 days, the agents will be back.
Family life's hard, isn't it? Especially for any young couple, but I just hope they can get it sorted.
Last year, the number of county court judgments issued against individuals in England and Wales rose for the 4th consecutive year. Their total value reached £1.7 billion, marking a £200 million rise from the previous year. High Court enforcement agents Max Caraher and Steve Pinner are in Plaistow, East London, to recover a debt of just over £2,000 owed to a housing association.
We're off to see Mr. Abdi Fattah Ibrahim, and we're looking to collect £2,172.16.
And I guess it's that big block there.
If debtor Mr. Ibrahim can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize goods to cover the debt.
Hello, miss. High Court enforcement here to serve a writ. Thank you very much. 9th floor.
Okie dokie, 30.
Hello, sir. Are you Abdi Fattah Ibrahim? No. Who is that, sir?
I don't know, my cousin lives here in
Your cousin lives there. Can you get your cousin for me, please?
Just went to an appointment.
Is it? Hello, sir.
He's not living here, sir.
Hello. Hello.
The two men in the flat claim that Mr. Ibrahim doesn't live there, but this is the address on the writ. The agents need to find out if they're telling the truth.
What I'll need to see is a tenancy agreement of who lives here. Okay, sir? That's fine, but you leave the door open for me. Just leave the door open.
We'll keep the door open. And do you have a warrant for this?
We have a High Court writ.
Can I read it?
Who are you?
Huh?
I can only show it to Abdel Fattah.
The agents are suspicious that either one of them could be the debtor himself. They need to get inside the flat to look for evidence. But the man has other ideas.
Could you please move that, please? Because you might be hindering the door. The door's fine. No, because you move your leg, please. You're not supposed to touch the property.
Sir, we're inside the property. We've got a writ to be here.
No, but you can't put your foot like that. All right, how's that?
It's amazing the lengths that people will go to get out of paying their debts. Some people hide, some people lie. If people had nothing to hide, they could invite us in so we can see that. We'll be in and out, and then that's the book closed.
But the man seems to be increasingly agitated by the agent's presence.
Don't be touching. Look, you're touching that. Don't touch the property.
Listen, I've got a writ to be in. Is everything alright?
Is everything alright with you, bro?
I just need some paperwork.
Alright, move back then. Don't be touching the property. Okay. Don't listen, bro. Don't be touching that property.
Listen, whoa. Right, listen, mate.
Take it easy, man.
Listen, we're High Court enforcement.
Listen, hang on. Use it first. Gentlemen, stop. Don't be stop.
Okay, sir, I'll just get the police here, mate.
Okay, get the police. Call the police.
Listen, one thing I tell you, this guy, he let you for the doors. He's talking to you nicely.
As the aggression is escalating, Max calls the police before the situation becomes more violent.
Hello, can I have the police, please?
No, I was sitting down there.
Thank you.
He's talking to you nicely.
Stand there like he's standing there.
Hi, we're High Court enforcement agents and we're being obstructed. We need immediate police assistance because it's kicking off. There's going to be an assault here. If somebody tries to push us out of a property or eject us, the reason is usually because they've got something to hide. The police may be responding as quick as they can, but when you're in a volatile situation, a short time can seem like a lifetime.
The men are still refusing to let the agents any further into the flat. Then suddenly, a third man appears.
Hello, sir. We're here with the High Court writ.
If you could all show us your ID, we can say, oh, okay, this man isn't this man isn't this man isn't this.
That would work.
That's simple.
The person that you're looking for, it's not complete in here. I'll show you that.
Okay. Yeah, but we need identification and like the copy of the council tax tenancy agreement.
All three men claim that the debtor, Mr. Ibrahim, doesn't live here, but the agents still haven't seen any proof. And Max and Steve have a duty to enforce the writ.
What's your name, sir? My name's Sheikh. Sheikh. The police are coming. Brilliant. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.
Nobody wants to see us at their house, so there's an immediate problem. We're going into their home uninvited, and then it's the case of trying to reason with people who are in an angry state.
15 minutes after they were called, the police arrive.
Hi, gents.
This is my cousin's house. They can't be in the house unless they show me a warrant stating that they can come inside the house.
What's your name, sir?
Forget my name. Could you read it and tell me whether they got the right to be inside this house or not? That's the first question, yeah?
They've got a writ. This is from High Court, okay? You have to abide by this.
No, where does it say they've got a warrant to come into the house? That's what I'm telling you.
On this paperwork. Calm down, alright?
Listen, forget whether they have they got the right to do what they're doing. That's the first question, yeah?
Okay.
Then you think about it, whether they're right or wrong.
Okay, don't tell me to do my job, sir.
Right, it's a high court.
Listen, don't tell me nothing.
Right,
No,
I'm gonna carry
listen,
on
I'm dealing with the
research around
police.
the property,
Huh? No, you cannot touch. Listen, they can't do nothing till you show me they got the right. Oi,
gonna have to search.
Listen, don't be there. Listen. No. This is wrong. You need to tell them to stand still. Till you see the evidence saying that they got the right to do this. Otherwise, you're not doing your job. Listen, you're a civil servant here. You're assisting the company rather than assisting me. I pay your wages, not them.
Why are you chatting to me?
Could they not move till they show you the evidence? Then you talk to me. Do your
These
job.
guys are here to serve a purpose, right?
How do you know?
I'm here.
No, you
Listen
don't
to
know.
me now, right? I'm not going to shout at you.
You have to. You're not doing your job. You're serving the company.
You can get arrested.
Arrest me for what?
Do you want to get
Arrest me for
You're
what?
breaching the peace.
Sheikh won't calm down.
You are breaching the peace. You're letting company come to my house.
So the police are forced to take action.
Mate, you've been arrested for a breach of the peace. Show me your hands, mate.
Bro, I haven't done nothing wrong. All I told you was to check the paperwork.
Mate, you've been arrested for a breach of the peace.
With Sheikh in handcuffs, the agents can finally begin to search the flat for evidence that the debtor, Mr. Ibrahim, lives at the address.
Okay.
So, right, we'll look for some documentation, like tenancy agreement or anything like that.
The flat is in a state of disarray. But in the living room, Max makes a discovery.
Yeah, there we go, look. To Abdul Ibrahim, so letters are going here for him.
And that was only the 15th of November.
The unopened letter addressed to debtor Mr. Ibrahim was sent only 2 days ago. Steve takes it to show Sheikh.
Sir, may I just say one thing? I know you don't want to talk to me. There's a letter here to the man we're looking for, which was posted on the... Yeah, he's trying to return it. He's been getting letters, that's what it is. But you say he doesn't live here, didn't live here. He doesn't live here.
The letter isn't enough evidence to prove that this is Mr. Ibrahim's home. And the men are still refusing to tell the agents and the police who they are. But Max and Steve have another problem to contend with.
At the end of the day, there's insufficient goods for us to remove. There's not really much we can do.
With very little to seize and inconclusive evidence that Mr. Ibrahim lives here, the agents decide that they have no alternative but to walk away.
I've got some photos, there's insufficient goods. I'm happy if you are.
Okay.
Despite the assault on them, Steve wants to leave on good terms.
I'll have a chat with the gentleman in the handcuffs. I don't know how far you want to go with this. We have no objection to this man just walking away from this. That's fine. Okay? This is nothing to do between me and you. This is just a job. We're instructed by courts. Okay? So do we part in friends?
You take care. I'll shake your hand, but you're in cuffs. Okay? You look after yourself.
Sheikh is released without charge.
This job can be very frustrating at times because you have to walk away from a situation knowing that somebody isn't going to get the money that they're rightfully owed. And that does get to me. We like getting success in the field, as does anyone else. Completely unnecessary. Yeah. That could have been done in a minute.
Oh dear.
What a day.
High Court enforcement agents are trained to deal with aggression in a controlled way. But in Stuart and Vic's next case,
I don't like you, you're a smug fucking prick.
the agents are back to see Scott and Kelly.
It's not my car for you today, so
Yeah, but that's fine, we'll go today. I can guarantee it.
And have to get tough.
If you're taking that car, you're going to have to take me with it because I'll be sat in the car.
No, the police will remove you.
Put it right.
A recent report from a leading financial institution has shown that nearly 30% of Britons are struggling to pay off their debts. 1 in 5 have reported having trouble sleeping at night due to debt worries, while nearly a sixth are afraid to answer the door or the phone because of their creditors. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are on their way back to Rosendale, Lancashire.
So Vic,
We're going back. We're going back to Scott Greenwood. Broken payment plan.
So he's only got himself to blame, mate, I'm afraid.
3 weeks ago, Scott Greenwood agreed to pay £2,500 to settle a debt owed to a shipping company. But he broke his promise. Now the agents are back to get this case resolved for good.
Right.
Okay, see you in a sec.
See you in a sec.
The car they listed for removal if the agreement was broken is parked outside.
Is she there?
Yeah, she's inside on the phone.
If you don't want to come to the door, that's fine, but just ring my mobile. I'll put my card through the door. Alright, here you go.
What?
Right. We are here to remove the vehicle.
You can't. It doesn't even belong to me. It's my granddad that's paid for it.
The last time the agents were here, Scott's wife Kelly produced a receipt for the car, which stated it belonged to the debtor's business. But now she appears to have a receipt to show it belongs to her granddad.
Well, this wasn't what we were showing last time. Okay.
Because I couldn't find that last time to show you.
Yeah.
That's proof there.
Well, it's not proof now.
Yes, it is
It's
proof.
not.
That's
It's not proof. I could have done that 5 minutes ago. That wasn't the receipt you showed us last time. Okay. So, like you said.
I didn't have that to hand last time, and I told you that.
But you showed us the receipt.
I didn't show you a receipt for the car.
Well, you did last time. Yeah, you
I showed
did.
you a receipt
Okay.
previous to
So
today's
I'm
one.
not taking this as evidence. We're taking the car now. It's under a controlled goods agreement.
It's not.
It is.
Right, well, I'll ring the police then.
But ring the police. No problem. They're here to assist us.
You can't take that
Of course you can. We're not accepting that as evidence. You could have done that 5 minutes after we left.
Why have I? You can see
Okay.
it's been signed and dated.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see the bank transaction that was made for that.
It wasn't paid. It was paid in
Paid in
cash.
cash.
For me.
Yeah, of course it was paid in cash. Okay.
Is Scott on his way down?
Well, he's on his way, so you'll have to wait for him to get it.
I'm not waiting for anyone.
Anything.
I'm not waiting for anyone. There's
Well,
your
I'll get the
receipt.
police then. It's
Yeah,
as
ring the
simple as
police.
that.
What are the police going to do?
Despite Kelly's protests, the car is already under a controlled goods agreement and can be seized. But Kelly's not backing down.
He has no right to sign anything on that vehicle because that vehicle doesn't belong to him.
Well, it's
The van doesn't belong to him.
It was
he
in
signed
a-
that to get you out of the house. It
It
doesn't
wa-
belong to him. It's mine.
It was in a
belongs
name.
to my granddad.
Once somebody tells a lie, they've then got to remember what they've lied about. And it's us remembering that they've lied to us in the first place. So it's picking apart a puzzle that they've created and they want us to believe.
Before the agents take the car away, they decide to wait for Scott to arrive. They hope he will make a payment and get the matter resolved.
We're just waiting now. Just waiting. We're going to give it 15 minutes and then we're going to start ringing for recovery for the vehicle to be removed.
Yeah, Scott now.
10 minutes later, Scott arrives at the house.
Hi, Scott. Back again, mate. What's happening with this payment?
I can't pay it, can I?
Right, the vehicle will be removed.
You can't remove that.
Yeah, we can.
Belong to me.
We can. We've
Yeah.
seen the receipt for it, mate. We're not going around in circles.
We need to control
Not
of
in any
it.
circles. You try and take
Okay.
the van. If you try and take the car,
Yeah.
whoever's truck you come, I'll just take their fucking truck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, mate.
Yeah, I will.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
Then what
Listen,
will happen
I'm not
is...
speaking to you. I want to speak to you because I don't like you. You're
Well-
a smug fucking prick.
Well, it's your
I'll
choice,
speak to
mate.
him.
It's your choice, mate.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
No,
I'm going to remove the vehicle.
I'll speak to Vic.
Okay.
I'm speaking to you.
All right, no worries. Not my loss. I'll stay warm here, mate.
You just wind me up.
Vic now tries to calm Scott down and make the agent's authority clear.
You signed a legal document where that vehicle was on,
Right.
yeah, saying that yes, if you do break the payment plan,
Yeah.
we can come and take this vehicle. That's what you signed.
Right.
So,
Yeah, but it's not my car for you to take. So
yeah,
you
but that's
can't-
fine. It will go today. I can guarantee it. We gave you time to
Yeah,
clear
a
the
week
balance.
to find another fucking 2,600 quid. I haven't been able to do it, so I can't find it. You know. I can pay like £200 a month.
They're not going to accept £200 a month. It's going to take too long to clear it.
I don't have anything to pay today. I can probably pay 100 quid. That's it. You know, that's all I've got to my name.
But a £100 payment towards a £2,500 debt won't be enough for the claimant. Vic and Stuart's only option is to call recovery to come and get the car.
What'll happen is, okay, honestly, what'll happen
Well,
now...
if you're taking that car, you're
Yeah.
going to have to take me with you because I'll be sat in the car.
No, the police will remove you.
But it's right.
It's not looking good. That's all I'm saying. Now you can make threats. You know, we're not yet there.
I'm not making any
No,
sense.
I'm saying
threatening anyone.
if the recovery vehicle come, it will go.
Hey,
If you
what?
do- Well, then you get arrested, and your pal's going to go from that.
We do this every day, Scott. We do this every single day, and we hear the same thing every single day. Can legally
I've been
take
into the
it.
police, you can't take it.
The police know nothing about civil law.
Well, I'll get my granddad down because he owns the car. I've given you the receipts. for
Your
the
granddad
car.
paid last time, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said nothing about the vehicle when he was here
Because he
last
didn't
time.
know what was going on because he was frightened.
I had the
He's nearly
key.
70 years
I had the
old.
key, and he made no comment about the vehicle at all. He didn't come up just like.
He didn't come here for the car.
But at the moment, he didn't come up.
Take the children.
The gentleman's come up straight away. The gentleman came straight away and says, "What are you doing with my car?" Your granddad didn't say that at the time. That's the reason why I don't believe that receipt there was made at the time.
I know you're only doing your jobs. I know that. That's fair
Right.
enough, right?
Can I speak for a
And you're not
second?
the company.
Or you
Can you
go-
just wait? I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to this gentleman a minute. Now, please wait.
We heard this last time.
I'm not speaking to you. Will you just please shut your mouth a moment?
will you
Because I am
please?
not speaking to you.
Well, at the end of the day, you need to hear some
I
information.
have my own rights.
Yeah, I know you have your rights.
Shut up
No, you
and
don't.
listen.
So this vehicle is sold 4 months ago.
Yeah, it was sold in
Yeah,
July.
and you still haven't got the registration paper back.
We haven't got what?
The registration back.
The V5. We haven't sent it off yet. That's why.
Right, so have you got it
Yeah, I
then?
have sent it off.
Right,
yeah.
you just told me you didn't. So have you taken it or not?
Have we what?
You've just said then that you had sent it off, then you said that you hadn't.
Have you sent it off?
Yeah, I have sent it off.
But you just said just then you hadn't, so either or. Look, I'm not going on circles, right? The vehicle.
No, that's
right,
not. No, I
you
sent
can
it
argue
back
that.
to
Right,
the V5.
right,
So I
listen,
don't know top of my head.
The V5
Right.
is a proof of ownership anyway.
At the end of the day, whatever you throw at us, we'll take it. Because at some point, you're going to overstep the mark and your lies are going to backfire. Because that's the difficult thing about lying, is really to stick to the story.
The agents have been trying to reason with Scott and Kelly for a quarter of an hour. But then Kelly drops a bombshell.
Do you have been thrown out?
I told them.
Over the
I've got
south.
10 days to be out.
Yeah, she should be thrown out. We were 2 kids.
I've 10 days to get out.
We're trying to find you another
Because
house.
all these fucking gobshiting neighbours on here, because it's such a posh snobby area, and we're not as posh as them, they've all complained to my landlord who owns my house,
Knows these kids
and
are
now they've thrown me out. So now I'm homeless with 2 children before Christmas, with no money, because last time you came I gave you everything
Why
I
didn't you
had.
wiped it out?
I gave you everything I had. I've nothing. I have nothing.
And if you take a call,
He's
what
trying
would
to
you
work his hardest to try and earn a bit of money together for Christmas. We're trying here. Can you please just work with us and try and do something? Please, I'm begging you. I've lost everything. I've no house. I've no nothing for my children. You know, I don't even have a fridge freezer. I'm having to try and beg and borrow money now.
It's heartbreaking in a way once you see what people get themselves into through no fault of their own sometimes, but we've just got to try and execute the rate in the most professional way as possible.
It's clear that the family has hit rock bottom. So Stuart calls the office with an update.
She's been evicted in 10 days from this address. It depends whether we want to take the car or call it quits, or we go into a payment plan of like 200 quid a month.
It will be up to the claimant to decide whether to throw the family a lifeline.
I'm literally just waiting for the office to phone back, because if they do say approved to remove, then it's the claimant's choice.
A few minutes later, the office calls with a decision.
Hello. Oh yeah, go on. Yeah. So what's 100 today? £200 a month. Let's go. Do it inside.
The claimants have accepted Scott's offer of £100 today and a payment plan to settle the balance.
I'll remove the clamp, Vic.
Thank you. Have you got cash?
Got cash, yeah.
The car is safe for now.
I need you to sign this, Scott. Once again, print name there.
Yeah.
And sign there for me, please. So you're very lucky. I'll be honest with you. Don't break this, because this is, you're not going to get another opportunity.
No.
All right. Bye-bye. All the best, mate.
Scott must now stick to his new plan of £200 a month. If he doesn't, there'll be no more second chances.
The claimant had a change of heart. They got a lifeline today. You know, it's unheard of, to be honest with you. It's going to take a year to clear it. Obviously, we wanted it paid in full, but you can't take blood from a stone. I'm afraid, not even me and Stuart.
No. Right, stop chatting and let's go.
Latest government figures reveal that evictions from rented properties across England and Wales have risen by nearly 45% since 2009. Last year, over 300 repossession orders were granted to landlords every day, and more than 130,000 renters in England were at risk of eviction. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Ben Pinner are in North London to carry out an eviction.
We're in the fair borough of Tottenham. The first job we've got to go to is repossession.
The tenants, Mohammed Rashouk and his nephew Victor Rashouk, owe over £7,000 in rent arrears.
What's the road? 25 High Road. I'm guessing this is High Road. Yeah. This looks more like it.
But the agents aren't here to collect the money. Their job is to evict the tenants today.
We come to all the nice places. This is possibly one of the nicest we've been to.
The tenants occupy a bedsit in a large shared house.
A lovely house, gone to the dogs.
Just in case the bell doesn't work.
Nobody appears to be in. But then the landlord's agent arrives. But he doesn't have a key.
So can we break the door?
If you give me the authority.
Can you shake the door for me?
Can we what?
Shake the door for me, please.
When we're doing an eviction and they're not answering and they've obviously come to the mindset that we'll just go away, that's really not the case. We're going to be coming through that door, whether you like it or not, one way or the other.
There you go.
As Ben and Paul finally gain entry, Ginger, another agent who acts for the landlord, arrives.
Hello, Ginger.
Are you sure it's this one now?
There's no answer, so Ginger decides to break down the door. The tenants appear to be in after all, but the agents are in for a shock.
Why didn't you open the door?
No speaking.
Well, you're deaf.
Are you deaf?
Yeah.
A simple eviction has suddenly turned into a complex situation. It will take all of the agent's experience to handle this case sensitively. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Ben Pinner were in North London to evict two tenants with rent arrears of over £7,000. But a simple repossession quickly turned into a complex case.
Why didn't you open the door?
No speaking.
Well, you're deaf.
Are you deaf?
Yeah.
Now the agents must help Mohammed, who is profoundly deaf, and his nephew Victor, who speaks little English, understand what they need to do next.
Do you sign? I sign. My name? Ben. B-E-E-N. Yeah.
Because Mohammed signs in Spanish, Ben's efforts to communicate with him fail. So he tries to talk to his nephew, Victor.
Oh, do you speak?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any lights in here?
No, there's no light.
We're here to evict you. That's from the property.
You have to leave the premises today.
You have?
We have a High Court writ.
Because you've been evicted.
No one told me.
You would have had lots of letters.
Every job that we go into has potential for a wide range of probabilities. So if somebody is vulnerable, we'll pick it up in the first 30 seconds. On this occasion, It was a very difficult situation. The man we wanted to talk to couldn't hear us, and even if he could, he couldn't understand us. I mean, you couldn't make that sort of story up.
Despite the communication difficulties, the agents persevere.
You need to pack enough things for today and tomorrow. So you can then arrange to come back when you've found somewhere to live and collect the rest of the stuff.
With Victor acting as an interpreter, Mohammed appears to understand that he has to leave the bedsit. But then he hands Paul a document.
This is a housing benefit which is current, so housing benefit is being paid.
The letter shows that the tenants have been receiving housing benefit, but the amount hasn't covered the full rent. Victor claims he's unaware of this shortfall, which has led to the £7,000 worth of arrears.
Yeah, but that's why you've been evicted. Yeah.
No reason.
For that reason.
I haven't been told that.
You would.
I need 21 days.
Whatever the rights or wrongs of the situation, the men need to leave today.
Pack a bag, and I'll be out here. Okay?
But because of Mohammed's disability, Paul is concerned for his welfare.
You know, we either turn them out in the street and leave them wandering, or we actually do the right thing. Fair dues, isn't it?
He decides to call the council to see whether they can give the tenants immediate help in finding a bed for the night.
Your call is being transferred to one of our advisors. Please hold.
Once I got into the flat, my attitude towards the tenant changed dramatically. I then realised that he needed help. He was still going to be evicted, but I decided at that moment that whatever we could do to make it easy for him, we would do. My name is Paul Bowhill. I'm a High Court enforcement agent, and we're just carrying out an eviction. And it's a little bit of a difficult situation. The guy we're evicting is profoundly deaf, and he can't speak. So apart from being Spanish, I was actually seeking advice. I mean, we can bring him into the council office.
Right. What I can do is I can book in for triage, and that means he needs to go to 48 Station Road with all his documents, and then we'll see what they can do to help him.
Yes, that's fine, thank you.
Thank you.
The men have a possible lifeline.
I'll take you to the council when you're ready.
In this particular case, I felt really sorry for the guy. I didn't want to leave him on the street, not speaking any reasonable English, to find his way to the council to explain his predicament.
Victor and Mohammed's time in the house is up. Paul and Ben arrange to meet them down at the emergency housing office.
How can I help?
These two young gentlemen here have been evicted from a house. The guy here is a deaf mute. We've just come here to explain why he's here.
I mean, you can leave them with us and we can...
That's fine.
Well, I appreciate you coming in with them.
I just wanted to make sure they were delivered.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'll leave them in your capable hands.
Thank you, Paul. See you.
Be lucky. I often worry about the people that we've evicted. I do, on many occasions, track them down, if you like, to find out if their life has changed. And I do genuinely feel for them. I can't deal with all of the problems that they have, and I don't think that the society that we live in is adequately dealing with their problems anyway.
Paul and Ben have done all they can. It's now up to the council to help Victor and Mohammed find a bed for the night. Anger, Threats.
I'll smash his head.
Desperation.
You think you can tear my family apart?
What happens when debt leads to a family emergency?
Told you that, a bully.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents face to face with debtors in crisis.
Do not touch me.
I'm not touching
Do not touch me.
But if you can't pay,
Everything you take.
they'll take it away. In England and Wales, over 400,000 county court judgments were issued against consumers during the first half of 2016. The total value of these debts was £829 million. Accrington, Lancashire. Stuart McCracken is on the road with colleague Ian Taylor.
Remember that advert? Accrington Stanley, who are they?
Exactly.
The agents have a writ to collect over £5,000 owed to a business consultancy by Mr. Junaid Arsad.
How much does Mr. Ashad owe today?
£5,344.80.
Alright.
As Stuart and Ian arrive at the address, they spot a vehicle parked outside the property.
There's certainly I'm parked outside.
If Mr. Arsad can't or won't pay, the agents have the right to seize any of his assets, including vehicles, to cover the debt.
Hello?
As the front door is open, Stuart takes the opportunity to make peaceful entry.
Hello? Hello there. We're after Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
He's not here right now.
Are you able to get him on the phone? We're High Court enforcement agents.
Sorry?
Well, we're High Court enforcement agents. Are you able to get him on the phone?
Is it not possible if you can come back?
Well, we're here now with an active High Court writ, you see, so it is important you try and get him on the phone.
I will try to put it.
Please, that'd be great, thank you.
But he doesn't really live here.
When we get told that the defendant's not here at the moment, we've got a High Court writ to execute, which means that we'll be doing it in their presence or not in their presence. It's entirely up to them. But I'd rather speak to defendants and try and get the matter resolved.
The woman is the debtor's wife. She tries to get her husband on the phone.
Yeah, but clean up phone back.
Yeah.
Not all right.
Well, at the moment we've got a High Court writ, which means that we all have to take control of goods, you see.
But then a man appears in the hallway.
Hello there, sir. My name's Mr. McCracken. We're High Court enforcement agents. We've been instructed to execute a High Court writ for Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
What's going on?
To collect a balance of £5,344.
We haven't received any letters from wherever you come from.
Right.
If I received it, I should get back to you, but we haven't received any letters.
A letter has been sent.
I don't really live here. My wife, she lives here. But I haven't, nothing belongs with me.
Right. Do you need to try and raise some funds, sir?
I mean, I haven't got anything.
It appears the debtor, Mr. Arsad, has been in the house the whole time. But as he claims he can't pay, Stuart turns his attention to the car parked outside.
Okay, so who owns the vehicle, sir?
My wife.
Have you got documents to prove that?
She's got the documents.
Brilliant.
Unless Mr. Arsad's wife provides proof she's the rightful owner of the car and not her husband, the agents have the right to seize it.
The last thing people want is a vehicle being removed. It puts them under immense pressure. Nobody wants to be losing their car. We do want to see cars outside houses because it gives us the leverage that we need to try and get a payment.
But then, Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law arrives at the address.
Hello there, sir.
Yeah, boss. You know she's got disabled children.
Right. Okay.
What is it regarding?
We're here, sir, with an active High Court writ. The enforcement is at this address. Everything belongs to you until proven otherwise.
While Mr. Arsad's wife and brother-in-law look for proof that she owns the car, Ian goes outside to clamp it.
We don't know anything about it.
Yep. That's just insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone can be insured in a vehicle. We need to see sale or receipt.
No, I don't have the look. He doesn't even drive. He doesn't have the license.
I haven't got the license. It's not my car.
So
It's my wife's car.
Yeah, but we need to see some documentation, as I've already said. So I'm going to give you 30 minutes to try and either A, raise funds, or B, I'll be ringing recovery. Okay, so use this time wisely. The balance is £5,344. When we do our job, all the time we hear the goods don't belong to him, but because we've got a High Court writ for that address, it's up to them to prove to us the goods don't belong to the defendant. And if they can't do that, then that's when we start taking control of goods. We need to see a sales receipt for that vehicle.
But it's my sister's car though, so how does that work out now?
Right, how did you pay for it? Did you pay cash?
I give her the car.
It's a stalemate. But then Stuart spots a bunch of keys.
Just going to do my mileage check on the vehicle, mate.
Also, he's took my keys.
And ramps up the pressure.
We've managed to get hold of the keys that were hanging up, so I'm just going to do a quick vehicle check before we're in recovery for it to be removed.
But Stuart's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Father, don't you take a key off that? Because it's my sister's
The key at the moment, sir, has been seized.
She's got disabled children.
Yeah, but at the moment, sir, the car's been seized.
You've not come to. She's got
Yeah,
disabled
but we need to see some documentation
She takes them
for
to
that.
hospital.
Let go. Let go now.
No.
Let go now.
The man tries to take the keys from Stuart.
No.
Let go now.
That's my sister.
Yeah, let go now.
You picked him up. I don't
Yeah.
need to let go.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
Listen, man, you don't.
Get your hands off me now. Where's your
No, I've got him on my key.
Right.
I've not got my hands.
Remove your hand now.
got
Or
my
I'll
hands
phone the police and you'll be removed. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
I'm not touching
Do not
you.
touch me.
I'm not touching you.
Your hand is touching
I've
me.
got
Get off me
my
now.
keys.
Get off me now.
I'm touching the
Get
keys.
off me now. All of a sudden, you've got a family member that arrives that just throws the whole picture out the window, really. You've then got a secondary battle to deal with by calming down other people in the family. I won't say it a third time, sir.
I'm touching the keys.
Yeah? At the moment, the car's been seized, sir.
I've got two disabled kids. Please bring
Get your hand off me now.
She's got
Get your hand off me now.
children.
Get your hand off me now.
Do you not understand what I'm saying? She's
Yeah,
got
I know
two
exactly what you're saying, but get your hand off me now.
We don't know anything about it.
Thank
That's what I'm saying.
This routine job has taken an unpredictable turn. With tensions rising, will Stuart and Ian be able to resolve this case peacefully? High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and colleague Ian Taylor were in Accrington, Lancashire, to recover a debt of over £5,000.
Hello? We're after Mr. Junaid Ashrad.
The debtor, Mr. Arsad, claimed he had no means to pay the debt.
Nothing belong with me.
Right.
I haven't got anything.
The agents seized a car parked outside the house.
Who owns the vehicle, sir?
My wife.
Have you got any documents to prove that?
Then Mr. Arsad's brother-in-law arrived at the scene.
That's my sister.
Yeah, let go now.
You picked him up. I don't
Yeah.
need to let go.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
And the situation became volatile.
She's got
Get your hand off me now.
children.
Get your hand off me now.
Do you not understand what I'm saying? She's
Yeah,
got
I know exactly what you're saying, but get your hand off me now.
We don't know anything about it.
Thank
That's what
you.
I'm saying.
Now, as Stuart and Ian try to get the debt recovery back on track, the debtor's brother-in-law decides to shut the door on the agents and block the exit.
That's all I'm doing. You need to leave that
I'm
door
here
open.
for my sister who's got
Yeah,
disabled
you need to
children.
leave that door
No, I'm not
open.
gonna leave
You
it
are.
open.
Right, phone the police, Ian.
Yeah, call the police.
Yeah, will do. I'll call them now. It's false imprisonment. You need to open the door
It's
now.
not false. She's
Of course it is. Of course it is. False imprisonment, mate. I'll 999 it. Open the door. When somebody tries to lock the door on us, it shows that they're trying to control the situation. They think, right, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. The problem that we've got is it's false imprisonment. It's a legal issue then. We then have to think on our feet and think about the security of ourselves and the people around us. Open the door. Open the door now. I need immediate police assistance, please. Yeah.
Stuart's call to the police forces the brother-in-law to back down.
Leave that door open, thank you. No problem, thanks very much. Right, the door's open. We would need police assistance for breach of the peace.
A few minutes later, the police arrive on the scene.
Morning, officers. Thank you very much for your time. We're falsely imprisoned. When they realise we're phoning the police, they've opened the door and let us back out again.
How many is? Two of you?
There's me at the moment and my colleague in the hallway at the moment, but it seemed to calm down, so when I phoned the police, I said, look, we don't need you now, because I don't want to be wasting police time. You sure?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
With the police present, the family finally starts to cooperate with the agents.
I'm not being rude or out.
No, it's fine.
I'm just doing it for my sister.
You've got to do what you got to do, mate. I understand that.
She's got disabled children. This debt thing that's going on.
No, I understand.
She's working on it. She said, can she get about an hour?
It's at the moment we can give it to 11 o'clock, so that's 25 past 10.
She should have this one.
All right.
But while Mr. Assad's wife tries to raise some funds, the defendant comes up with a surprising offer.
Can we give you not money and anything worth of 5,000, 6,000?
What do you mean?
It's like gold or something.
Mr. Assad is offering to settle the debt with the family jewellery.
I've never taken gold before. There'd be a first. Oh, don't take the car. It's not worth anything. There's loads of gold up there.
The family's prized possessions are at risk, but for the agents, seizing jewellery is not a straightforward job.
When we're offered gold, we don't know how much it's going to be worth. We don't know how much it's going to get. Plus, if we do remove goods, there's storage fees and auction charges. So we'd rather deal with a payment there and then. She's in tears in there. Oh, she's not happy.
With Mr. Assad's wife upset in the back room, his brother-in-law makes the agents an offer on his sister's behalf.
She can pay you half, no problem. She can sort 2,340 out.
Yeah.
I've got that. I can sort it out for her. But then what?
It needs to be the remaining balance, mate. It needs to be the full balance. That's why we're here. That's why we've got an active high court.
Vehicle's only about 2,200 pounds. If that.
Yeah, but you've also admitted to us there's gold in the house.
So we can take control of that as well.
Mr. Assad's brother-in-law leaves to try and raise the funds.
As a High Court enforcement agent, we're there on behalf of somebody else who couldn't get the money from the defendant, so our response is always the same, and that's we're here to take control of goods unless you can make payments. It's as simple as that.
Minutes later, Mr. Assad's brother-in-law returns to the property.
Well, I'll count that out now.
And makes a cash payment in full.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So that's 500. So that's £5 now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 344 quid. Yeah, there's your receipt. I'll give you my business card now. Don't take the clamp off, mate.
With payment made, Ian takes the clamp off the car, and the case is resolved.
Paid in full in cash, £5,345. It just shows you if you start applying a bit of a pressure, which we did, money starts coming from somewhere. Great result.
Research by a leading housing charity reveals that nearly 500,000 young adults across the UK rely on their parents to help them pay their rent. Adults aged 18 to 34 receive in total £850 million from their parents each year to help with housing costs. Wolverhampton, West Midlands. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball have a writ to collect almost £9,000 owed in unpaid rent by Mr. John Nichols.
We've got a debt of £8,972.30.
The landlord has escalated the case to the High Court, and Mr. Nichols must pay the £9,000 debt today.
Getting close with the forward and drive.
The car is an asset they could seize if Mr. Nichols can't or won't pay.
Hello there. How you doing? Can I speak to John William Nichols, please? Is he at work, is he? Okay.
The debtor's wife and her son are the only ones at home.
They're with the High Court writ today. Can you get John on the phone?
Yeah.
Have a word with him. Thank you.
What's the speak here?
Oh, is that John?
Yeah, speaking, yeah.
Hello, sir. My name's Matthew Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah.
I'm here at the property with a High Court writ today.
Who's that?
Are you aware of this?
No.
Are you close by?
Not the M6 at the moment.
Can you get back here then, John, and we can have a look at this and see what the situation is?
Yeah, I should be able to get back.
It's clear the agent's visit has come as a shock to John. But his wife knows exactly why Matt and Gary are here.
My husband was a guarantor
Right.
for my daughter on a house.
Right, okay.
He just didn't pay the rent.
Oh, right, okay. It's a pretty substantial amount of money. It's
It's about £5,000, I think.
yeah, it's more like about 8,000 now.
Oh, no.
Unknown to John, his daughter stopped paying her rent over a year ago. As guarantor, it's John and not his daughter who is liable for the debt.
What can be done about it?
He needs to pay, is what the long and short of it. It's a bit of a situation, isn't it? It's made Dad liable for a good chunk of money, hasn't it?
Being a guarantor for a family member is especially tricky because you're not thinking with your head, you're thinking with your heart. But then the implications of when it unravels is devastating for a family. There's nothing worse than money to drive issues within a family situation.
While they wait for John to return, Gary runs a check on the vehicle in the driveway.
Can you do a HPI for us? Cheers, buddy. Thanks, mate.
Back in the house, John's wife has her daughter Charlotte on the phone.
Hang on here. I'll talk to you.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hello? Can I not do a payment plan with you?
Charlotte, it's not you on the writ, it's your father. Anything we have
it was
to...
our guarantor. I'd rather do a payment plan than you taking all my dad's stuff.
Yeah, the claimants obviously took your father to court, so we'd have to sort out anything between us and him, not yourself, you see. You've left him in one hell of a predicament, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I didn't pay the rent is because they didn't bother coming out to fix all the problems.
Take a patch back to your mother.
Okay.
Regardless of Charlotte's dispute with her landlord, the agents are duty-bound to collect the £9,000 they came for.
What's the crack with the car?
Free of finance.
Although the car in the drive is free of finance, it's only worth a fraction of the £9,000 John owes for his daughter's unpaid rent. But then the debtor returns to the house in a much more valuable Range Rover.
Oh, no. John, do you want to get on the drive? I'll move the car out the way if you want.
No, Luke.
You alright, yeah?
We should be checking.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? I've got no 8 grand. I've got fuck all.
Okay.
Yeah.
The agents now have an asset they could potentially seize, but John doesn't seem to want to negotiate.
Packing his bags.
He's packing his bags?
Yeah.
So what?
Leaving.
John? John? Do you want to come down, mate, and have a talk about this? We can put you in the picture of what's going on.
You can take 2 cars.
Okay.
Got your car key. They can take the 2 cars, they've got the money, they can go. Simple as. I've made this time, because I'm gone as soon as these are gone. Right? I don't know. Somebody shit on me from a great fucking night this time.
It's not your wife that's done this to you, is it?
I don't know.
Let's not get angry with these two in here.
Can we solve it?
Look, I
Can we...
can raise that money,
All right.
whatever it is. I've lost the shift now.
Rather than getting all hyped up, all angry, start shouting at your missus. It's not going to get us anywhere, is it, John?
No, but if you have the 2 cars, I ain't got to pay no more debts or whatever now. Gosh, because I'm finished. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
It's happening more and more often now that parents are acting as guarantors for a debt. We have to enforce the writ. In the same instance, we need to take into account the family. You know, you're putting a bomb in the middle of a family and exploding it from the middle.
Minutes later, one of John's granddaughters arrives at the house.
Charlotte has got us in the shit. I'm grand.
The claimant's taking John to court personally. The long and short of it is you've signed to say that if she doesn't pay the rent, you will. That's what you've signed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand that, but they was telling me that I was paying the rent.
Why hasn't anyone gone to Charlotte's first?
Charlotte's not named on the writ.
They ain't got the money to do that. I can't believe she's done that.
With John unable to pay in full, Matt throws him a lifeline and reduces the amount he has to pay up front.
They normally work on 50%.
50%.
So you're looking about
4,500 up front.
I'll raise that much money.
The agents give John an hour to try and raise more funds.
Wait, John, in a bit of a problem at the moment. Charlotte forgot to pay rent for about 15 months.
As family and friends arrive to offer support, John's close to breaking point.
What's this, a fucking freak show? Every fucker's turning up.
You them too?
Ransomers.
Oh, yeah.
Must be a bastard freak show. Fucking hell, where gets round to it?
I'm sorry, John, I'm sorry it's come to you, mate. You know, it's a victim of the circumstance, aren't you, unfortunately?
As John continues to try and raise some money, Matt clamps the Range Rover, ready to seize if John is unsuccessful.
Hello.
Back in the house, John's granddaughter calls Charlotte to see whether she can help pay off the debt she has accrued.
She hasn't got it. She says she can only get £300 on Friday.
Oh.
I knew that she wouldn't.
I've told her time and time again. She's getting to a rush. Come and speak, or pick the phone personal. Explain. They'll listen and they can sort it out.
We meet these good, honest people who have got themselves into one hell of a mess with debt. Having a debt is embarrassing to people, not only to themselves, but the community they're living in. It's really hard to see, especially when they're trying their best for their family.
John's time to raise some funds is up. Despite his best efforts, he hasn't been able to raise any of the £4,500 the agents have asked for. Matt has been left with no option but to seize John's Range Rover. But to make matters worse, it's added an extra cost to John's debt.
Okay, John, I'm going to call Recovery Truck then, mate, just so that you're aware of what that means to take the outstanding debt to £10,826.30. I've got a job for you, mate.
Okay.
Just to pick up and go. It's a Range Rover, and it's been seized with keys.
Okay.
But there's a problem. Valued at £4,000, John's Range Rover won't even cover half the debt. As it's getting late, Gary asks John to call the office the following morning to set up a payment plan for the rest of the balance.
I'll give you this letter, mate.
Yeah.
All the details on right. Office number's there, my number's there. You need to call me.
Sorry, John. I'm sorry it's come to it, mate. You know, you're a really nice guy and your family are really great as well, but, you know, it's... Unfortunately, she's just dropped you in it, hasn't she?
20 minutes later, the recovery vehicle arrives.
I felt particularly sorry for this chap. I could see that the guy was a grafter. His one sort of luxury in life was his Range Rover, and that's what he'd spent his hard-earned cash on. He's losing probably what is his pride and joy over a debt that's, you know, not of his making.
Matt and Gary have got the result they needed in a sensitive situation. But in Stuart and Vic's next case...
Oh, nothing but a fucking bella and told you that, a bully.
They're faced with a hostile response.
You're nothing but a cocky little shit, that's what you are.
After a bitter dispute with an ex-landlady spirals out of control.
But you are though, aren't you?
While cash-strapped young people may have to rely on their parents to pay their rent, families with young children are also vulnerable to falling into arrears. In the first half of last year, nearly a quarter of families who sought help for their debts were in rent arrears. ...7 a.m. Orton, Lancashire.
Well, it's getting dark now, isn't it?
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are back on the road to collect a £6,000 debt.
We're going to visit Miss Natalie Brannan this morning for the outstanding amount of £6,622.
The debtor, Miss Natalie Brannan, owes the money in rent to an ex-landlady, and Stuart and Vic are here to collect full payment today.
Right, here we are. Oh, they're big houses, mate. Right, let's go.
If Miss Brannan can't or won't pay, Stuart and Vic have the right to remove assets to cover the £6,000 debt. There's no answer, but Stuart notices movement upstairs.
Hello? We're after Natalie. Are you Natalie?
Yeah, I'm happily pregnant, sorry.
Right, okay. Right, well, we're High Court enforcement agents, Natalie. We've been sent here with regards to an outstanding balance. Are you able to come down, Natalie? Because we need to get this sorted.
Seconds later, Natalie's partner, Wayne, comes to the window.
Listen, right, she isn't coming fucking nowhere.
Do you want us to come round the back and have a chat?
Don't fucking do no back of the property. You think you are?
I'll stay here.
You're the bellend. You think you're big. You think you're untouchable.
What do you mean untouchable, sir?
I'm not your fucking son.
I said, sir, maybe if you came down to the door you'd be able to hear me.
No one's gonna answer.
Ah, there we go, yeah.
You are.
Alright.
You don't know nothing. Listen, you better go. I'm telling you now, job or not, go.
It's something that we expect on every job is people to be obstructive. We're not there to be welcomed, we're not there to be accepted with open arms, but we have got a job to do. We have got the High Court on our side, and we are like a dog with a bone. Nothing's gonna deter us, and we will stay there until the end.
Despite her partner's hostility to the agents, Natalie seems to want to talk.
This was a house we lived in. It had a septic tank, which I won't even go into the gory details.
Yeah.
Living in a house with mice and child and everything.
Natalie has been in dispute with her previous landlord. She claims she withheld her rent because of the condition of the property.
Basically, there's been a TCJ issued against me, and I'd sent my rent over on the date they asked. They said that they hadn't received a defence when they actually had. County courts have made a mistake.
Basically what's happened is she's transferred it to the High Court.
Natalie claims that when she tried to appeal the case, the county court mislaid her statement. But the writ is still active, and no matter what the circumstances, Stuart and Vic are duty-bound to enforce it today.
What do we do now?
We need payment.
Simple as that, Natalie.
The agents have been at the property for over half an hour when Natalie's father turns up at the address.
You're alright.
You know my daughter's 2 weeks off having a baby?
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
She
we
told
do.
us.
What do you need today to go away?
£6,600.
Well, no one's got that, so
Yeah.
do you need to go away and see what sort of deal you can come to?
Well, we can do it now. Why would we have to go away?
How can you not go away if you're not going to get £6,500? Because there isn't £6,500.
Well, what can they raise?
They can't raise nothing. I'll try and give you something.
Natalie has spotted her father from the window and doesn't want him to make the agents an offer.
Dad, not a payment, I'm serious. No chance, Dad.
Natalie, if you want us to go, that's the only way we're going to go. We need some sort of payment.
Dad?
All right.
You'll have a family member that's received a phone call from the defendant. They're worried, they're scared, try to protect their family, which is completely understandable. But 9 times out of 10, a family member will become like a bull in a china shop to make matters worse.
Minutes later, Natalie's partner, Wayne, comes out of the house.
You don't have to be in the front, do you?
We do, yeah.
Wayne, don't.
We do, yeah.
Wayne,
We do, yeah.
leave it.
Where do we have to discuss the matter then?
You don't even know, you don't want to know yet. But
Sorry,
you're
sir.
nothing but a fucking bellend.
Yeah.
Told you that, a bully. And Lewis is there, come on. Go calm down, I'll go Get the somewhere. fuck away from the van, it's not even your van either.
With tempers escalating, Natalie's father is concerned about his grandchild inside.
Wayne, Spice boy, just go to work. Wayne, I'll deal with it. I know you feel, but leave it at that. You're not but a cocky little shit. That's what you are. But you are though, aren't you?
In what way, sir?
But you are.
In what way?
Sir.
In this job, you're going to get aggression from some people, but at the end of the day, we are trained in what we do. Being calm and controlling with the situation ensures that you will not be intimidated.
You act like you know everything when you fucking don't. Imagine you rent a house with a kid, pregnant, shit everywhere. 1 month's rent, and they're here for £6.5 grand. Couldn't even live in a house. You had the septic tank, we wasn't told. They don't know. You just need to do your job, or it's just wrong.
Well, she has done the right thing. Most people put their heads in the sand.
It's the most human thing about it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Upstairs, Natalie continues to insist that her initial appeal against the writ was mishandled and that the case has gone back to court.
I've got all my court letters now. Are you overriding?
What is it you've sent to the court?
I've got everything on email.
She's a customer service man, she's not stupid, she's got all the paperwork and it's gone back to the county court and she's waiting to hear from them.
I'm 39 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Not feeling great at the moment.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. You have to be sympathetic towards some defendants because it might not be their fault they're in this situation, yet we're invading their personal space and their home over something that they might not have inflicted upon themselves. You've got to show some emotion with regards to the job.
Stuart and Vic have been outside the house for 40 minutes. Without access to the property, they can't look into seizing any assets to offset the debt. Given Natalie's condition, Vic offers a reprieve and gives her some extra time to try and sort out her appeal with the courts.
We'll give you 24 hours. Phone the courts, but you've got to give us a ring tomorrow morning and give us an update.
Oh, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah,
that's all we can do now.
We'll ring you later anyway.
Just try and get it sorted, alright?
Alright.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
See you later.
Alright, mate. See you later.
See you later.
Natalie now has 24 hours to sort out her case, but if she's unsuccessful, the agents will be back.
Comes out kicking off, mate, and it turns out to be alright in the end. Yeah. He said to me, I'm sorry for calling you those names, mate, you know what I mean? He's bigger than I thought.
No, I can see he's a big boy.
According to the Bank of England's latest figures, the value of unsecured bank and credit card loans in the UK is growing at its fastest rate in more than 11 years. Last year, consumers took out loans to the value of more than £190 billion, a nearly £15 billion increase in 1 year alone. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Handsworth, Birmingham.
We've got a Ms. Livia Kurvajova. We're looking for £4,064.03.
Quite a lot of money.
Miss Kurvajova owes the money to a credit company for an unpaid loan.
Pull up on the left here, mate.
The case was escalated to the High Court and Miss Kurvajova must pay today.
Hello there, how are you? I'm looking for Ms. Livia Kurvajova. Is that you?
Yes.
Hello, madam. I'm a High Court enforcement agent here with a High Court writ today. There's an outstanding balance of £4,064.03.
How much?
£4,064.03.
4,000? I don't have it 4,000.
Okay.
It's too much for me.
Right, okay. As I say, we are here with a High Court writ. Does it allow us to enter the property? Okay. The writ commands us to either collect payments or to seize goods for the value.
But I can't pay this all money. It's too much money for
You can't pay it, is that what you're telling me?
But do you need full pay?
Yes, we're here for £4,064.03. If that can't be paid, it does go up to £4,658.03. If we have to remove goods, it goes up again to £5,514.83.
Possibly
That's what we're here to do.
Monthly payment?
It's been through the county court, it's now at the High Court. Time for monthly payments has passed, I'm afraid. What was this for? Was it a loan, this? A loan that you had?
I don't work because I'm sick.
Okay.
I haven't managed sick pay.
Okay. You're sick and off work at the moment?
Yes.
Miss Kurvajova, originally from Slovakia, says her loan was taken out to pay for medical care.
Treatment is so expensive. All treatment I must pay. Too much trouble because I'm pay for everything. My husband is waiting money for tax return.
Right.
I must first pay my rent.
Well, no, you've got that slightly wrong. Okay. This is a High Court writ. We seem to be in a society now where it's so easy to take out the credit, and when things unravel for them, they unravel big time. And actually all these things around them, it's like a pack of cards, the whole thing just collapses inwardly. No matter what, we're going to have to get some of this paid today.
I'm having now £20. My husband is be having £70.
Give him a ring, tell him what's going on.
As Miss Kurvajova calls her husband, the agents look around for any assets they could seize, and they're in for a surprise.
Cooker and a washing machine. Madam, so if you're not working, who's bought the cooker and the washing machine?
It's my friend.
But the agents are suspicious.
So why is it not at their house?
Because he is having a small house.
Okay, if he's got a small house, wouldn't they just deliver it there, take out the old one, and put the new one in?
Because it's not long time stay in here.
Why is it even here at all?
It's be better coming with my house because he is living a little bit too far.
Too far for the delivery?
Because it must come in a van.
Okay.
But when Matt inspects one of the appliances more closely, Miss Kurvajova's claim doesn't seem to add up.
Customer is Miss Livia Kurvajova.
It's got your name on it, madam.
Gary goes into the kitchen to investigate further.
You do understand your washing machine's unplugged, don't you? In the kitchen?
In there?
In there, yeah. It looks to me that that's been replaced because it's been pulled out and it's unplugged. And look, there's a brand new washing machine here.
But it's not mine.
I do enjoy the investigation side of this job. We have to search people's belongings. It's all part of the job. Whether it's in people's bedrooms, in the kitchen, in the living room. We're looking for how these people are living and what means they're living by. I'll go through every drawer if I have to until I find what I need.
She's putting in my name.
So, I should put it in your name as well? Oh, okay. I usually do that when I buy things. Put them in other people's names and get them delivered to someone else's house.
This routine job is not going to be as straightforward as it first appeared. Matt and Gary will have to use all of their tenacity to get to the bottom of this case. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Handsworth, Birmingham, collecting a £4,000 debt owed to a credit company for an unpaid loan.
It's too much for me. I don't work because I'm sick.
But when the agents looked around for assets to seize, they found two brand new appliances delivered in Miss Kurvajova's name.
If you're not working, who's bought the cooker and the washing machine?
It's my friend.
You do understand your washing machine's unplugged, don't you?
So far, Miss Kurvajova hasn't provided any evidence that the expensive white goods in the house aren't hers. But before seizing them, Matt wants to give her another chance to pay.
What can you raise, Livia, now? About £16. Not going to make much of a dent, is it really? On 4,658.
Yeah, and I don't know, giving me £4,000. This is my account.
Although you are now £8.90 overdrawn, yeah, you've actually had £1,906 in your account this month.
I have a question. What's happening now?
Okay.
When I don't pay?
I'm going to go around the property to see what I can seize in the property.
Everything you take?
Yeah.
Anything of value?
Like?
So, I suggest if you can make any phone calls, you do that, okay? And if it's your husband that you need to speak to, then by all means speak to him. Hello?
Moments later, two family members arrive at the house.
How are you?
Friend, are you?
Cousin.
Oh, cousins.
With my husband.
Cousins with the husband, okay.
Immediately, they try to remove the white goods.
No.
They stay there at the moment.
That's not moving anywhere.
What's his married life? She paid with money this one.
Yeah,
The cousin claims the appliances are his.
We're here to take control of goods, so they stay where they are at the moment. Have to come back
Right, so
later. It's got Livia's name on it, okay? That's why it stays where it is.
Other family members arrive at the house, just as Miss Kurvajova finally gets her husband Joseph on the phone.
My mamy wielki problem. U naszej kizi są żambary. It's my
Joseph. Thank you. Joseph, hello. My name's Mr. Highway. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm at your property today, sir, with a High Court writ for your wife.
Powinien nie piwa z kieszonkę. Nie zapłacę. Bo nie wszystko powiem.
Jo, wait a minute. Dat wordt nog hier na. Hij nog hier.
I'm commanded to attend the property today to either collect a payment or to seize goods to the value of.
Now, today.
Pass you back to your wife?
Yes, please.
Have a chat with Joseph.
Z czym się Joseph do jednej to są 4000. Ani tak nas tu nie minie, żeby nam wypraznili kiziu. Ja mi kazała, że mnie tu nie ma kto pożyczyć ani 100 libry, a nie to 4000.
The agents have been at the house for 45 minutes when Miss Kurvajova finally makes them an offer.
Half, no?
Have you got half? If you tell me you've got half, I'll ring the client and find out.
Aspoň polovičku. To ty 2000. My husband is try phone in France, so giving me the half money, with 2000. But it's not 100% because he's let me know.
Okay, don't.
Minutes later, Joseph calls back.
Hello?
Nobody borrowed me 2,500. That's a lot of money.
As the couple can't raise even half the money, Matt decides to set them a new target.
If you can get £1,000 by 4 o'clock, we'll stop enforcement action today, and I'll organise to set up an arrangement for Livia going forward.
My cousin can bring some money. And my cousin Mrs. bring some money.
All right, good. How long will that be?
I don't know, 10 minutes?
And that's £1,000, Joseph, yeah?
I think so.
Thank you. So if Joseph gets £1,000, how much monthly going forward can you pay?
Monthly? For me, possibly pay 150. My husband, it will be giving some money, maybe 100.
You can pay £250 a month going forward.
Definitely.
Perfect.
250.
Just minutes from the 4 o'clock deadline, a family member arrives at the door.
So what's there?
Shall I count that out for you?
500.
We're halfway towards the £1,000. So yeah, we're getting there.
I think the next lady's just turned up with some more money. It seems, they've pulled together.
Please stop.
The family have managed to raise £800, but if the remaining £200 doesn't arrive soon, the agents will have no choice but to start seizing goods from the house.
So we need to get to £1,000, yeah? We find in certain communities money is pulled from numerous different families to pay off the problem that they've got. It tells us that the debtors have got that support system in place, that they're well liked, and that people are willing to rally around after them.
Just minutes later, the last £200 is delivered to the house.
Thank you.
1,000.
Done, okay? So your balance now is £3,658.03.
With £1,000 paid, it will take Miss Kurvajova 14 months to clear the balance on her payment plan.
Thanks, Olivia. Take care, okay? Thank you.
After 2 hours on the case, the agent's perseverance has paid off.
Reasonable down payment there for the client, but more importantly than that, we've put the debt back on track. And I've got faith that she'll stick to it and she will get it paid off.
Pretty good result.
threats,
Get out!
anger,
Call the policeman! Call the policeman!
desperation.
I've lost everything. I've no house, I've no nothing.
What happens when debt
It's obstruction of an enforcement agent.
tracks you down?
We're busy at the moment. Don't push against me. Don't push against me.
Up and down the UK,
Come to the door, please.
we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
Not going to do yourself any favours by ignoring this.
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
We need immediate police assistance.
Because if you can't pay,
He doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
they'll take it away. The number of UK companies struggling or failing to pay their creditors is on the rise. Research from a leading trade body has revealed that last year, 139,000 businesses in the UK were paying only the interest on their debt and not paying off the debt itself. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Balsall Heath, Birmingham, to recover £13,000 owed by a high-performance car dealer to a dissatisfied customer. But this isn't the first time agents have tried to enforce this writ.
So, Matt,
Yes, mate.
where are we off to?
We're going for a bit of an old adversary of ours, Driveline Sports and Performance. We've been a couple of times and the place always locked up when we go. But other guys have been before and they were met with loads of grief really, and a couple of baseball bats involved at one point.
Now, Matt and Gary need to get this case resolved once and for all, in either cash or goods.
He's got Lamborghinis, Bentleys and all sorts on his website. We're going to meet up with the locksmith this morning and force entry. It's a bit like Christmas. We're going to open the box and see what's inside.
This one here?
Yeah.
Because of the previous threats of violence against the agents, the police are present.
I'll try and make contact first, Gaz.
Now Matt and Gary need to find company owner, Mr. Adil Farouk.
This will be a good one, like. They're already on the phone. Anyone in? Yeah, Paul.
Once again, the premises are all locked up.
Just have a look at the doors, mate. The one dead ahead is to get into theirs.
So Matt asks the locksmith to force entry, something the writ allows them to do.
There you go.
I think we're there, aren't we?
Cheers, Paul.
Ah, it's Christmas.
Cheers, isn't it?
There are a dozen expensive high-performance cars in the lockup.
Well, I think it's fair to say we're going to be able to reclaim the money.
Seizing just one of them would more than cover the £13,000 debt.
Did you do anything that alarm?
But the break-in has triggered the alarm.
Hello, mate.
And just minutes later, the owner of the debtor company, Mr. Farouk, and his brother arrive.
Mr. Farouk, is it?
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Come over here.
No, I'm fine where I'm thinking. My name's Mr. Highway, sir. I'm here with the High Court writ today.
Okay.
All right.
You haven't served us any notice, so what you do need?
There has been, sir.
£13,628 today, sir. Yeah.
What's it for? It doesn't say what it's for, nothing at all.
Got all the paperwork for
Mr. Farouk,
anything.
I don't need to know what it's for. It's not relevant to me. But if it helps you, then I will find out what it's for. No problem.
Because I've got every paperwork in the office.
Can you give them a call, please, Gav?
Do you want to go to the office and show them and do it? Yeah, have a job for us, can you? I mean, it's the drive-by job.
With Mr. Farouk denying responsibility for the debt, Gary calls the office to find out more about the case.
Just bear with me, I'll go and give him a ring and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah, call me or Matt, alright?
Yeah, no worries.
Cheers, buddy.
Nice big office.
While they wait to hear back, Mr. Farouk shows the agents upstairs.
So we're here for sum of money, sir.
You've told us that. Yeah, let's just get to the bottom line.
Okay.
Because we know how it works, and so do you guys.
So the bottom line is you're £13,628.
You're saying you're £13,628.
Yep.
No way in the world do I owe that.
Right.
No way in the world am I going to pay that.
Right, okay.
I don't know who I'm paying, what I'm paying for. How can someone just walk in there and say, oh, you owe someone 13 grand?
Just then, the office called back.
It's in relation to a vehicle, a Nissan GTR, and it was all down relating to the spec of the vehicle, not vehicle it was advertised as.
And it was in this
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah.
Alright, thank you, mate. Cheers. Cheers.
To be honest with you, I know exactly which car it is, which customer it is.
Okay.
It's now clear that Mr. Farouk knows all about the £13,000 debt after all.
You know what, I've got proof that this matter has been dealt with, but I don't know why.
But he's still not backing down.
I understand what you're saying, Mr. Farouk, but the judge has already decided on that. Alright, so we're here to execute the writ. That's what we'll be doing.
It's clear Mr. Farouk has no intention of paying, so the agent's only option is to remove assets. Gary searches for vehicle registration documents.
What do you think you're doing?
But Mr. Farouk's brother has other ideas.
Sir, it's an offence to obstruct the officer doing his job.
Don't touch, that's all mine. That's nothing to do with driving, that's all
Sir,
mine.
excuse me, sir.
That's all mine.
Excuse me, sir.
Nah, don't.
If you do this, I'll call 150 people out there, Jim. I'll make another phone call. We're going to have a big
You cause many
Despite the serious threats being made against them, the agents are duty-bound to continue enforcing the writ.
Hiya, mate, you alright? I just need a couple of vehicles, HPI, please, if you can.
Matt heads downstairs to select a car to seize. He calls the office for a finance check on a silver Audi.
Sierra Mike 12.
Sierra Mike 12.
The Audi alone should more than cover the £13,000 debt.
There's no finance is clear, and it's worth, nice, about 24 grand.
That'd cover it, wouldn't it, yeah?
But then, some of Mr. Farouk's associates begin arriving at the garage.
Cavalry's turning up on it.
And one of them immediately tries to intimidate Gary.
What's your missus' name?
You don't need to know that, do you? You don't need to know that.
Have you got kids?
I've got kids, yeah?
Yeah. How old are they?
You don't need to know that either, do you? No. The less I tell you about myself,
How would you
I think the
feel if I
better.
walked into your house and then a warrant? If you never had a uniform, you would not come up to my face and talk like this.
Yeah.
Because you're a nerd, you got glasses and you got a uniform.
Well, because I wear glasses, I'm a nerd.
You're a nerd. You're a full-on nerd. You're a maggot.
In fact, that is original. I've not been called a maggot before.
You're a maggot.
Well done. These guys, they couldn't give a damn about the police. They couldn't give a damn about why we were there. They couldn't give a damn about anything, really. It really is quite hard, you know, to continue doing a job when you got people like that. But, you know, it's not going to stop us from enforcing the writ. It's just going to make us more and more keen to enforce it.
Outside, some of Mr. Farouk's friends have parked their cars at the entrance to the garage, blocking in the police and the assets. Matt heads upstairs to get them moved.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Thank you.
You've got the keys for the car at the back. Are you going to get that moved?
If not, officer, when our recovery arrives, I'll get them dragged out of the way. When you're going to get arrested then, Mr. Farouk, aren't you? Oh, or whoever it is that's speaking. You don't need to be these gentlemen, the police officers. Anything I want, I can tell you. Whether you choose to believe it or not is up to you, isn't it?
How about that? No, but he can say whatever he wants, so can I, you know what I mean?
But while the police try to calm the men down...
No, we're busy, mate, in here at the moment.
Another man suddenly becomes physically aggressive.
We're busy at the moment. Don't push against me. Don't push against me. I'm telling you now.
Hey,
do not push me.
fella! Whoa!
The situation is spiralling out of control.
It's my office.
We're busy in here at the moment.
It's my office.
Matt and Gary will need to use all their skill and experience to get this case resolved unharmed. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Birmingham, chasing £13,000 owed by a car dealership.
Anyone in?
The garage was locked up, so the agents forced entry.
Ah, it's Christmas.
But when the owner, Mr. Farouk, arrived, they were threatened by him and his associates.
Nah, don't.
I'll call 150 people out there, Jim. I'll make another phone call. We're going to have a big conversation.
More and more men arrived, and the situation became aggressive.
No, we're busy, mate, in here at the moment.
We're busy at the moment. Don't push against me. Don't push against me. I'm telling you now.
Hey,
do not push me.
fella!
Now the police make it clear to the men that any further aggression will end in arrests.
That's your warning. One more, you're gone.
Start locking people up.
Okay? One more, you're gone, son. You don't need 5 people in here, mate, to try and sort it out. You're trying to intimidate.
You've got
It
1,
isn't
2,
going to work.
3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and a locksmith.
Sometimes, you know, people will believe that surrounding us with numbers will stop us from doing our job. But you're just watching out for yourself, watching out for your colleague. It heightens the situation, but it doesn't deter us.
With the case on a knife edge, the police call for backup.
If you can get everybody here as quick as possible, because it's more of them turning up than there is us, bring absolutely everyone. I don't want to take chances.
But then, the men from the office come down to the street and head for the police cars.
Have you got somebody up the top end of the street? Because they're all hanging around your car at the top.
The police form a roadblock to stop any more vehicles getting through. But then, Mr. Farouk's brother drives his car up onto the pavement and gets around the police line, narrowly missing people on the road.
Are you trying to run people over before, mate? I didn't run nobody over. Didn't run nobody over. Did you see anybody get run over? Did you see my way? It's a road. Is that a road? Is it me? Is that a road? It's a road. Yeah, there you go. 100 people to get the way. Do you want me to hit him? He moved out the way. I didn't hit him, innit?
Where, sir? Excuse me.
Nothing to do with you. You do your job, innit? Mate.
Whilst Matt and the police attempt to control the situation, another car tries to break through.
You stop there. Reverse your car back. Back. Back.
Yo, switch it up and fucking leave it there. Leave it there for me. Get
And the men start to attack both the police and the agents.
You got nothing to do with this. Back off.
No.
Now.
No.
You know your paper.
I've tried to give you the easy way. Not having it. Move away. Move away.
Slap you in the face, you know.
Mate, you've not got what it takes.
What?
Move away.
What?
Move away.
What?
Move away. Get some bodies up here, please.
More officers arrive to stop what is now a full-scale street brawl. The debtor and his brother are arrested for breach of the peace.
Please move back! I won't ask again. Please move back. Thank you. Can you please move back, sir?
And the crowd back down.
You know, there's sometimes when you go home and you think, God, that was a bit scary today. It could have gone so wrong. But you know, we are there to collect money that's owed to this person, and we're going to do our very best to get the money for him.
So I've got the keys to that one.
3 hours after the agents arrived on site, recovery arrives.
We've got 1, 2, we've got three, possibly 4 cars to move out of the way first.
But then the police give Matt some surprising news.
He's willing to pay. I don't know if you want to have a quick chat to him.
Mr. Farouk. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I've got about 7 grand.
Okay.
Can I give you that 7 grand now?
I can't leave without full payment.
Take 7 grand.
I can't. There's no. Let me just tell you something, right? Okay. There's no way I'd want anybody else to come back and face what we've had to face today. I mean, you've got half the West Midlands Police Force here. You know, it's ridiculous. You're gonna have to do something, mate. If you need to make a phone call, then make it. If the officer's happy.
Tell him to get me out of these cuffs up and try and sort him out.
The police uncuff Mr. Farouk to allow him to make some calls to raise the extra £6,000 he needs to pay off the £13,000 debt.
Everybody has a breaking point. For some people, it's a letter being posted through the door. For other people, they need to be sat in the back of a police car in handcuffs, getting ready to be took away.
10 minutes later, Mr. Farouk has managed to raise enough cash to pay the £13,000 he owes in full.
628.84. Yeah, you keep that one. That's for you. No hard feelings, buddy. I'm sorry it's come to this. I just wanted to get it sorted. That's all, and it's sorted now.
The agents leave the police to decide whether to charge Mr. Farouk and his brother.
Yeah, we're good, mate. We're good to go.
It's taken 3 hours, 15 police officers and 2 arrests. But Matt and Gary have finally got full payment for the claimant.
Thank you. Right, we're done. We are done.
A survey from a leading debt management company has revealed that the number of people falling into debt more than once has tripled in the last year. 1 in 10 people seeking help have been on a debt plan of some kind before. High Court enforcement agent Gary Brown and trainee Connor Jackson are in Bexley, Kent, to recover a debt of just over £5,000.
A nice little area around here.
It is, yeah. We're looking to collect £5,306 and 1 pence.
Ah, it's all about the pennies. Gotta get the pennies.
They all add up, mate. They all add up.
As they approach the property, the agents spot 2 vehicles parked outside.
White van.
Aha.
And I would imagine
the Audi
blocking the driveway.
Yeah.
If the defendant, James, can't or won't pay today, the vehicles could be seized to recover the debt.
Hello there. Can I speak to James, please?
What's it gonna go?
We're High Court enforcement agents.
Sorry?
We're High Court enforcement agents. He's not here?
No.
Okay.
Put up New York.
So we're not the first people to come in? Okay. What's your name, sir?
My name's David. I'm his father.
Right, okay. Have you got a contact number for him so we can ring him?
Yeah, you can do anything else you like.
Right, thank you.
He's giving me a call. I can't find a number for him at the moment.
Oh, so this is your number?
That's my number.
Okay. Basically, we're here to collect a debt that's owed.
Yeah, I understand that. I've had him before. He doesn't live here.
With the debtor's father seemingly unable to get hold of his son, the agents are suspicious that James does still live at the house after all.
Okay, we need to see proof that he doesn't live here, sir. Otherwise, we can't remove this address from our inquiries.
Okay, we don't remove it from the inquiries because I get letters all the time.
Okay, so if I believe that he lives here, I believe these vehicles belong to him. Unless proven otherwise. If he doesn't live here, it's in your interest.
They're not his vehicles, they're my vehicles.
So if he doesn't live here, it's in your interest to prove that he doesn't live here, and then we can stop.
I can't prove that.
We need to come in, just have a look around and confirm he doesn't live here. Sorry?
My house, I'm registered.
Well, this isn't going to go away, sir. This isn't going to leave this address. When somebody is telling me that a defendant doesn't live there, it's imperative that we get in and we see this for ourselves. Sometimes they're lying, sometimes they're telling the truth. But experience has taught me not to take everything at face value. Let me speak to this neighbour.
With the debtor's father not cooperating, the agents turn detective.
Hi there. Do you know the people that live next door by any chance?
Yes.
We're looking for someone called James.
He was living there unless he's moved out again, but I haven't seen him for a couple of days, so maybe he's gone again.
Okay. Neighbour says he does live here.
Okay.
Unless he's moved out a few days ago, he lives here. So. Your neighbour I've just spoken to has told me that he does live here.
He comes and goes.
That's not what your neighbour said.
All right.
So.
You want me to prove that vehicle's not you? You get paid.
Okay.
James's father, David, fetches some documentation for the vehicles.
Right, that's the registration number. That's the vehicle. Okay. There you go. There's the insurance for the Audi.
The documents prove the vehicles don't belong to the debtor. With the cars out of bounds, the agents need to see what other items of value he may have inside the property.
What do you think we're going to do if we were to come in the house?
I don't want you in the house to turn up.
If you want this away from your property, and so you don't have to deal with this and keep answering the door to us, then
well,
we need to
come round here as many times as you like. I don't care.
Well,
right?
that may happen.
I don't know what I can do. I can't pay you. He's not here.
I'm not asking you to pay me. I'm asking to speak to him, and if he hasn't got anything, we need to report that to the client.
David is determined not to let the agents inside. But then, he drops a bombshell.
Look, let me explain something. My son has got ADHD. He's very seriously ill, okay? He does the wildest things in the world. I can't deal with him, all right? He comes and goes. He doesn't work. He hasn't got a scrap. He's in a desperate state, all right? I'm just about to drop dead because my heart is pounding through the thing, all right? He doesn't have a penny, doesn't own a thing.
This straightforward case has turned into a sensitive situation. Duty-bound to continue their investigations, Gary now needs to handle the case carefully.
People see us and they see the size of us sometimes and they assume that we're there to bully people and be aggressive. That's not how this works.
I've had this for the last 15 years.
All we're looking to do at the moment is make contact with him and speak to him to see if he knows about what this is all about. Vulnerability is a very tricky spanner to be thrown in the works sometimes. If it becomes apparent that somebody has some kind of vulnerability issue, that has to take a priority, and we have to be aware of their welfare and be aware of the circumstances that they're in.
Let me understand something. You do not know his mental state, okay? This will probably push him over the edge, all right, when he finds out. I can't live with that. I am struggling with this.
I understand that. I understand.
Right? I can't tell you the pressure I've been through over the years with this. He's got mental problems. He's wired differently.
Is he on medication?
Yes.
What medication is he on?
I can't remember. The wife knows. I've got one in the car.
The reason I asked that, David, is because there's a vulnerability issue. If somebody's on medication for mental health,
yes, he is,
then he would be classed as a vulnerable person.
David's revelations about his son have a direct impact on the case. If the agents see medical evidence that the defendant is vulnerable, the case could be considered for dismissal.
That's one of the letters from ADHD, all right, where they've been dealing with it.
The document indicates that David's son is vulnerable and is enough for Gary to stop enforcement action here today.
I'll put what you've said in a report back to the office. I was hoping we could get it resolved today and I could return it to the...
Yes, trust me.
Send the case back to the client. Yeah. We're not enforcing at this address.
I understand what you do, but I'll find him, I'll talk to him, see what we can do, see if I can get him to...
Shall I give you my number?
Yeah.
My name's Gary.
Faced with these extraordinary circumstances, the agents have no choice but to walk away empty-handed.
David, thanks for your time. No, I know it's a bit stressful and it's not a nice thing to deal with.
He had some very good jobs in the city where he was earning very good money. He's done a lot of good things, but his mind is just 90 miles an hour, and he doesn't think beyond today or what he's doing. He's tearing the family apart. Him and his brother don't speak. You know, he hasn't got any of his school friends left. No one talks to him anymore because he's wild and does stupid things. And sometimes I get angry with him, I swear at him and all the rest of it, but at the end of the day, you know, he's my son.
You can't help but respect a dad like that wants to stand by his son no matter what. You can only take your hat off to somebody like that. You can't judge him. You know, he's looking after his boy.
Gary and Connor have had to deal with a sensitive situation. But in Matt and Gary's next case,
Morning, sir.
the tables are turned.
Sir, can you leave it here, please?
No.
I need to leave it, sir.
And it's a father's debt that plunges his sons into crisis.
Don't grab things from me. Do not grab things from me. Calm yourselves down.
A recent survey reveals that nearly a fifth of UK adults are experiencing serious financial hardships. Over 20% reported that they would fall behind on key bills within 1 month if they lost their main source of income. It's 6 a.m. and High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball are in Wolverhampton.
So, mate, last day before your holidays?
Yeah, flying out tomorrow. Can't wait.
They have a High Court writ for Mr. Abdullah Ahmed, who owes almost £2,000 to a car hire company.
With the Audi.
If Mr. Ahmed can't or won't pay, the agents can seize assets belonging to the debtor, including the expensive cars on the driveway.
That's just gone.
Morning.
Morning, sir. I was after Mr. Abdullah Mohammed. Ahmed.
Yes.
Is that yourself, sir, is it?
Yeah.
Sir, you've got an outstanding High Court writ.
How to pay this amount?
Yeah, you need to pay £1,756.29, sir. Thanks so much.
Mr. Ahmed seems willing to cooperate.
It was a car hire.
Yeah.
And I think I paid part of it.
Right.
Now, there's interest of 1,000. I was not even aware of this.
It's no, because it was a CCJ, it's now a High Court writ.
Yeah.
So it's been escalated to the High Court for enforcement purposes.
I should have been given opportunity to pay.
Despite Mr. Ahmed's claims that he wasn't aware the case had been escalated, the agents must enforce the writ today.
We're here with a live High Court writ that commands myself and my colleague to either collect payments or to seize goods to the value of.
The two vehicles on the front, sir, who owns those?
It's my partner.
You got the receipts as well for those?
Everything.
Invoice. Yeah, logbooks, invoices.
Vehicles. Yeah, do you want to grab those out?
While Mr. Ahmed looks for proof that the cars belong to his wife, Matt calls for a vehicle check.
Yeah, 2 HPIs, mate. First one's Foxtrot Echo 15.
Fortunately, it's on finance.
The other one is November Victor Delta. That's an Audi, should be.
Again, fortunately on finance, mate.
All right, thank you.
It turns out that neither of the cars can be seized. The agents must look for other assets they could remove.
The problem is, none of this property around here is mine.
Okay, who does it belong to?
It's my partner.
She'd need to prove that every item belongs to her.
She will prove. She'll prove.
With the man now claiming that his wife owns everything inside the house, the agents need proof.
Hello, madam. Yeah, the gentleman just said all this property belongs to you. Yes. So can you just start getting your invoices for the property?
What?
Invoices, receipts.
No.
He wants papers to know who owns what.
But then Mr. Ahmed's sons, who've been upstairs the whole time, decide to get involved.
Why don't you talk to people?
Excuse me, just come this way.
What they fucking into your house, you stupid mongrel?
I'm not being called a mongrel, sir.
No, leave them.
I'm not being called a mongrel.
No, those are my sons. Just leave
How
them.
can you move anyone else? That's sick. Are you stupid?
Hey, shut up!
Yeah, I mean, doing this job, you get called, lots of things. Ugly, fat, whatever, bald. I think it's just their way of reacting to what's happening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So far, the agents haven't seen any proof that the goods in the house belong to Mr. Ahmed's wife. As they start an inventory of assets, Matt spots a laptop.
No, this is this. This is for the university.
Yeah, that's all right. So you saw me receipt.
Get the receipt, yeah, laptop. Yeah, bring the receipt for the laptop. That's for the University of Coventry.
Mr. Ahmed claims the laptop belongs to his son's university.
What?
Sir, can you leave it here, please?
No.
No.
You need to leave it,
What's the
sir.
money?
It's been seized, sir.
That's from the university.
Yeah, bring the paper.
I did no paper.
But then, suddenly, Mr. Ahmed's sons decide to confront the agents.
Man, let me show you.
Don't grab things from me.
Let me show you.
Do not grab things from me.
Let me show you. Look.
Calm yourselves down.
Easy.
That's my brother's university laptop.
Okay, so
That's my university. Coventry. 100%.
You got a receipt for it.
You don't get the receipt.
Well, then
you
it's
scan
seized.
the card.
Well, then it's
and you scan
seized,
the
okay.
card, and then they give it to you. I didn't pay for it.
Right.
They paid for me.
Calm yourself down and show it. Okay.
So if it was from university, it would have a sticker on at least, wouldn't it?
No.
With an account number.
Can you call the university now?
I can't now. You can call the university and get an email sent to you. Say it's theirs. We don't.
When you've got family members being aggressive around you, they can sometimes be a hindrance. So it may be that you have to deal with them first and then get on with the job in hand.
The debtor's sons are unable to prove the laptop belongs to the university, and so it could be seized. But then Mr. Ahmed wants to talk to Matt outside.
I have a car.
Yeah.
I have a car, which is mine.
Right.
I'll take you there where it is. Yeah, because these guys, I put them in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Even right now.
What car is it, sir?
It's a Honda Accord. It's an auction car. It's worth 4,300.
If Mr. Ahmed's estimation is correct, the value of the vehicle will more than cover the £2,000 debt. Matt leaves to check it out, and Mr. Ahmed reveals more about how he's got into this situation.
I had a business.
What did you do?
I did shipping. Thousands and thousands of pounds of business. I lost everything. I've lost respect from my children. I've lost respect from my wife. It's really hard. And that's why the kids become mouthy. Everything belongs to their mother. Next time she tell me, get lost. You're bringing me too many problems in my house.
The car should be the answer to Mr. Ahmed's debt problem for now, but Matt is in for a surprise.
That's my car, the silver one. It's in good condition.
Okay.
The car is worth less than half of Mr. Ahmed's estimation, and after the costs of removal and storage, there would be little left for the claimant.
Morning, it's Matt Highway. Can I speak to Helen, please?
Matt calls the office to see what the claimant wants him to do.
He hasn't got a beam, mate, to be honest with you. This car is literally the only asset he's got. It's borderline, it's 2006, so it's not, it's reasonable.
Okay, I don't think personally lifting it's going to be of any use to you. Because you've got to take into account lifting it, removing it, storage fees.
Yep.
No. No.
Right, I'll get the CJ done now.
Right, well, you speak to an extra.
Thanks, mate.
The claimant has offered Mr. Ahmed a lifeline and given him 3 more weeks to find the £2,000 he owes.
Let's get back then. We'll leave it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll give you the time to pay.
All right, thank you.
Grab all that. Debt has the ability to crop up for anybody, and if you were riding high previous to the debt arriving, then it brings you back down to earth with a bump. I do feel sorry for some people. Unfortunately, we've still got to carry on and do what the writ tells us to do.
Back at the house, Mr. Ahmed signs a controlled goods agreement, which means that if he fails to pay in 3 weeks, the car will be seized.
Just need this, yeah, it's a signature from you. So if you just sign and print.
All right.
We're done. Mr. Ahmed, thank you. Appreciate it.
The case is resolved for now, but if he breaks his promise, there may be more trouble ahead for Mr. Ahmed.
The little I have is my brain, my heart. I can breathe. There's some who cannot breathe. I don't have money, but I think I'm healthy. That's the key point. And I can have hope. But you cannot have hope unless you put the hope in you yourself. Yeah.
There are more than 5.5 million small and medium-sized businesses in the UK, and late payments are one of the biggest problems they're facing. Nearly half of the UK's small to medium-sized businesses experience late payment, with small businesses owed on average over £6,000 in outstanding invoices. (7:30 a.m). High Court enforcement agents Gary Brown and Connor Jackson are in Hayes, Middlesex, to recover £1,600 owed by a grocery shop to a wholesaler.
What's up next, mate? What have we got?
Next case is Royal Food and Wine. Now, I've been here before, and I was convinced somebody was in, but refusing to open the door.
With an early morning visit, the agents hope they'll catch the owner of the shop, Thiru Kumar, at home.
There it is.
Nice result.
And as they approach the property, they see a car parked outside.
52 plate.
There's a light on as well. Just turn the light off.
The car isn't worth much, but it might be vital leverage for the agents if Mr. Kumar can't or won't pay today.
Hello?
Do they come to the window?
We know you're in. I saw the light go off. Come down and talk to us.
Hello, Mr. Kumar. You're not going to do yourself any favours by just staying inside and ignoring this.
Suddenly, a man approaches the property.
Hello?
Mr. Kumar?
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Thiru Kumar?
No, my name is Sanaupes.
Okay. My name is Gary Brown, High Court Enforcement Agent. Can I speak to Thiru Kumar, please?
Thiru Kumar?
Yeah. The owner of Royal Food and Wine.
After first answering to the name Mr. Kumar, the man now claims he isn't the debtor. Gary is suspicious.
Have you got ID, please?
Yeah, I got my passport.
Because when you came up the driveway, I said, Mr. Kumar, you said yes.
No.
Well, I remember you did.
But then Gary makes a discovery.
Oh, look. Royal Food and Wine.
Sorry? Okay, which year? Check the year.
Doesn't matter.
Check the year.
Royal Food and Wine.
Check the year first.
So you were the owner of Royal Food and Wine?
No, not my name. This is my brother.
Oh, right, yeah. Coincidence that it's in your house, yeah?
My brother.
Yeah, of course it's your brother.
The paperwork is all connected to the debtor business. But the man still claims he isn't the owner of the shop.
This is my ID.
Thank you. Yeah. So, the first 5 letters of your name is Thiru, and the last 5 letters of your surname.
I'm not dealing with
Kumar.
these people.
You're the person I'm looking for, Thiru Kumar.
No.
Okay.
You say Thiru Kumar. I'm not that person.
Despite his claims, Gary believes that the man is Thiru Kumar, the owner of the debtor business.
Okay, well, you need to pay the money, so I suggest making some phone calls, otherwise I'm going to start listing goods for removal.
No, otherwise I call my police or whatever. I want.
Okay, you call the police, see what happens. They won't get involved.
With Mr. Kumar showing no sign of paying, Gary sets a deadline.
I'll tell you what I'll do, Thiru. I'll give you till 8 o'clock to pay the money.
We don't have any money.
And then we're taking things. The removal of goods will cost more money. It will add further fees onto the debt. So it's up to you. This is the amount you need to be aware of. £1,682. Enough?
1 week, 2 weeks.
Well, we can't give you the time. We're here now. The last time I visited, somebody looked at me through the window and refused to answer the door.
If people are making efforts to get the money, then I will try and give them time. If they don't, then I will remove their goods. That's not an empty threat.
I will look for every bit of leverage I can that I can use to enable me to collect the debt.
The clock is ticking. Mr. Kumar has 15 minutes to try and raise some funds, but he's still not cooperating.
This one says bloody, these people no send letter, anybody, these people no send letter, no problem. I go to courts, no problem.
Okay, so you're not going to make any phone calls?
With Mr. Kumar not making any effort to raise funds, the agents keep the pressure on and start an inventory of goods that could be seized.
Should we get the details for the car, mate?
Yeah, alright.
This is not my car.
Whose car is it?
This is not my car. Bloody thing.
Whose is it then?
This is not my car.
Whose is it then?
You want to say that? You call DVLS, say the who
whose car is it?
Whose car is it?
This is not mine.
Connor knows the value of the 15-year-old Volkswagen won't come close to clearing the £1,600 debt. So he heads upstairs to look for other assets and meets the debtor's wife.
Hey! Excuse me! This is my drill.
But Connor's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Why you coming? You want to deal with me? Deal with me.
I'm trying to find if there's any assets we can remove.
I tell you, this one, this bloody, this.
Do you want to calm down, mate? Calm down.
That's my one. That's my one. Don't touch.
I'm going through the paperwork.
Don't touch. Call the police.
The family are finally realizing that the agents will take action. As the tension rises, it will take all of Gary and Connor's experience to get the £1,600 they came for.
Here it is.
Gary Brown and Connor Jackson were in Hayes, Middlesex, to recover a £1,600 debt owed by shopkeeper Thiru Kumar to a wholesaler.
Hello?
Did they come to the window?
At first, the man they met denied he was the debtor.
You're the person I'm looking for, Thiru Kumar.
No.
Okay.
No, you are.
And then refused to pay.
1 week, 2 weeks.
Well, we can't give you time. We're here now.
So Gary set a deadline.
I'll give you till 8 o'clock to pay the money.
We don't have any money.
And then we're taking things.
But when the agents started an inventory, tempers flared.
I tell you, this one, this bloody, this.
Do you want to calm down, mate? Calm down.
Now, with just 5 minutes to go before the 8 a.m. deadline, the agents want to give Mr. Kumar one last chance to pay.
Thiru, you need to pay this money, otherwise we're removing goods.
But I'm not paying.
Make some phone calls and see if somebody can help you out. It's always going to be stressful when we're in somebody's home. The pressure that puts on other members of the family is going to cause a lot of stress between a couple.
It's now 8 a.m. and Mr. Kumar still refuses to take any action. The agents now have no option but to start removing any goods of value from the house.
Give us that here, you want to grab the sewing machine? Yeah. Got a lawnmower out here, mate.
Okay.
That's the paperwork, yeah. Write that down.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I called someone. Why you take this thing? I don't understand.
Because you haven't paid the money yet.
No, I called someone.
Now Mr. Kumar suddenly seems to want to pay. But as the agents have already begun to remove goods, new fees have been added.
It's now 2,312, is it?
Yeah, £2,312.35.
I can't pay 2,300.
Well, we gave you till 8 o'clock. You didn't do anything, so that's it. It's gone up now, mate.
But instead of paying, Mr. Kumar decides to leave.
No, let's go.
When the pressure's on, people respond in different ways. Sometimes they're aggressive, sometimes they're emotional. There's quite often lots of arguments between couples, but when the pressure's on, then you will see whether somebody can really pay their debt or not.
After further discussion with his wife, Mr. Kumar suddenly has a change of heart. He now offers the agents £1,400, but it's still £900 short of the £2,312 he now owes.
What about the rest of the money?
Let's try give my Mr. K 1 second.
Okay.
Please. Still how much sold? 100?
Still to pay £912.35. £2,312 needs to be the total balance.
Oh, no, right second. You hold one, we have pulled out one. Okay? Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm quiet. Sorry.
£912.
That's all that's left.
35 pence.
I can't pay anything. You do.
Right, bye-bye.
Mr. Kumar has now left his wife to deal with the problem of finding the balance he owes. She immediately gets on the phone to a family friend.
When somebody's willing to leave other family members to deal with us being there, they're not facing up to it. I think it's completely unacceptable to leave other people in that situation.
20 minutes later, the family friend arrives at the house.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, how much have the
£912.35
to pay still?
That is what's left, yeah.
Mrs. Kumar's friend calls her husband.
So he's going to pay the other £912. Okay.
And after a few minutes, he arrives to pay the outstanding balance.
My colleague will write you a receipt, okay? That's it.
All done.
Thank you very much.
Hard
work.
After nearly 3 hours at the house, the agents have received payment in full.
Sometimes people want to dig their heels in and they want to try and hold out as long as possible. It becomes a battle of wills to see who gives in. But at the end of the day, we had money to collect and we've got a High Court writ to satisfy. It's taken a bit longer than was expected, but we got there in the end.